Good morning, day 70, and here I am trying to hitchhike out of town with my thumb out. We'll see how this goes, but it's pushing 9 o'clock, so I'm hoping I can get to the trail here real soon. Try to get that 20-plus mile day in. Talk to you when we get there. All right, it took a while, but I finally got a hitch from a guy who's kind of a unadvertised trail angel. But yeah, I had to walk, I don't know, well over a mile, and finally got one. He actually took me too far. He's taken me on what I think was the old trail, and it's now a little blue blaze, a 1/10 of a mile blue blaze to get to the trail. That's all right. I'll take it, and I think I'm there now, so getting ready to get on the real Appalachian trail. All right, later. Right at the end of the approach trail was where you fill out your permit. So there's no cost like there was for the Smokies. Just fill out the permit, slip it in the box, and attach it to your backpack. So I got that done. I'm underway. Second national park on the AT. Actually, the last national park on the AT. I think it's about 100 miles to get through this thing. All right, later. All right, there, my friends, is my very first poisonous snake. That is a copperhead. Right there. Pretty sure. There he goes. All right, I have reached the summit of Little Calf Mountain. I've crossed the Skyline Drive a couple of times already, and this is really the first significant view. I mean, we're up on this high meadow, and got a couple of good views out in the distance. All right, well, I don't know if you see that sign behind me there. That is the turnoff for Calf Mountain Shelter, but it's 3/10 of a mile to Trail West. 3/10, just to sign a logbook, if they even have a logbook. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, 2/10 is kind of like my mental cutoff for what I'll go off trail to sign a logbook. But it's 13 miles to the next shelter for about a 21-mile day total. That's not counting the road walking I had to do before I got a pickup, before I got a hitch. But I'm making good time. It is 12:05 right now, and I started at 9:20. So this trail has met my expectations for the shinnies. I have been told and heard that it's a relatively gentle trail compared to what we've experienced to the south, and so far that's been true. So I'm hiking fast, making good time. So 13 miles. Let's say 13 miles should give me about, I should be able to do that in 5 hours. So I'll get to the next shelter by 5 o'clock. See you there. Well, I tell you what, I'm really enjoying this trail so far. Not a whole lot of vistas, overlooks and stuff. Nothing as grandiose as what we've seen south of here. The shinnies are kind of much lower mountains. They're in the 2,000 to 3,000 foot range from what I've seen so far. But you see behind me, it's just it's all pretty much just a green tunnel and very easy grade and smooth. None of that real rocky stuff like I've pointed out earlier, the kind of trail that I don't like. There's been very little high stepping, so it's just a real enjoyable trail to walk on. But also, another thought that came through my head. I want to make a quick mention of some of the change-ups that I did while I was in Waynesboro. So I shipped back home, or actually to Keegan, my hammock underquilt and my wool long sleeve quarter zip crew neck or turtleneck shirt that I normally wear at night. Neither one of those I have used, I don't think, since Damascus. Damascus is where I swapped out for that summer weight underquilt. Remember I had a 10-degree hammock gear brand underquilt that I never used 3 times, I think. And I never used the Costco, the homemade Costco summer weight underquilt. Not as an underquilt anyhow. I think I used it twice to supplement a couple of chilly nights when I slept in the shelter, and just put it over my summer weight top quilt. But that was the extent of that, and I just didn't foresee using it anymore. Likewise, as far as a shirt, it's warm enough now where I hike shirtless virtually 100% of the time. That frees up my lightweight merino wool t-shirt for use as a night shirt. So I certainly don't need a long sleeve mid-weight merino wool night shirt. So that went back home. On the other hand, after I shipped that out yesterday, I think it was last night, I was looking at the weather forecast, and actually we got some cool weather, you know, now that this rain, real hot, humid week has passed us by with all the rain. These next few days are going to be very nice. But I noticed in Waynesboro, anyhow, the nights are dipping down into the high 50s. So that's actually kind of chilly. But I did keep my down puffy. I decided I am not ever going to send that home. A lot of hikers recommend that you do not. And this scenario is probably why. I may have to put that on tonight. So that's that. Bye. Now here's something you don't see this close very often. It's a hen turkey with her chicks. Okay, I'm on a 2/10 mile approach trail to Blackrock Hut and Spring. So I'll spin the camera around when I get down there. It's going to be ugly climbing up out of here because it's pretty steep going down. But I want to show you what I got. I got it tucked away in my hat. Look at there. That, my friends, is a small chicken of the woods fungus. So that's going to go in dinner tonight. I took a picture of one a couple of days ago that I found when my last day of hiking, and it was huge, and it was a pale yellow. I'm pretty sure it was a chicken of the woods, but just an older one, and it seemed kind of mushy, like it was on its last legs. This is a young one, so you see it's got that bright orange with the yellow fringe. So I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight, but that's going in with it. We'll see how it goes. That'd be my first time eating it, or eating one that I foraged myself. So, FYI. All right, well, I got a bear box. That's good. And there she is. It is a nice shelter. I don't know why they call them huts here in the Shennies. They call them farther up north. They call them huts also, but it is made out of stone. Nice.